Hello? 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 Hi! Hi! No one is here right now, except my dog and me, technically, because I have to be here, then no one would be here if I was here, because that's how it works. Hello! Get that stupid thing out of here. Anyway, my mom finally left again. She has to do some business. Some business. You know, some business. The things that people do. Those things that adults do that I do not like to do. You know, business and responsibilities. I don't do that. Me don't do that. Yes. Anyway, I am here. I am here with you. You, me, here. We are here, and we do things. Is it a cool dog? I don't think she's very cool. I think she's a bit lazy. But I think if you were to have her in the blunt rotation, you'd be like, yeah, this dog cool with me. Anyway, so I've been working. I've been working hard. I was better than I thought. I've been working. I was working hard. Anyway, let's go watch some YouTube videos. I have a great YouTube video. We're gonna watch this video. Yeah, she has that dog in her. Yeah, she got that dog in her. I feel like if I needed to defend the house, she's gonna defend the house for me. She's sitting over there. She's in bed. Alright. Not the war dogs. That's a different species. War dogs is the hounds of war. You know those.
Welcome everyone to another episode.
All right, so chat. I'm just waiting for like we might get a doorbell ring, and I have to answer the door.
Enjoy today's episode, and maybe you want to support us.
Sorry, I
head
forgot
over to
to.
patreon.com/adeptus.
We're just gonna skip over this.
I can't say
Oh,
anything.
gosh.
I'm not allowed to. I will be shot in the streets. Like I will be shot dead like a dog in the street. Hello, Adric viewers and enjoyers and detractors. This video is.
I have to skip this for legal
Magic
reasons.
Cards are and how perfect they are in Magic. Like it's wild to see how the lore has made the Magic cards more interesting.
No,
For 40K than the
you
novels.
don't smoke the blood.
It's
we
different
just like
game system,
I don't
so
know.
I can't really be that. That's
Bye
right.
bye,
But,
bye
like,
bye,
I'm just
Kirsty.
like, damn, insert character here. That really works as character here. Pick up the brand new poster at orchidate.com. Link in the description so that you
Anyway.
can get yourself a great new postery doodad. Let's go.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, we're just gonna skip
The
over.
most is the Cyber Mastiff, clearly.
Ah,
But there's quite a
Cyber
lot of
Mastiff.
dogs. There's actually quite a few dogs. There's human dogs. There's Xenos dogs. The history of dogs. You've got wolves. You even got like the Mechanicus dogs.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
There's some.
So
there's
it's
some
like a
crazy
robot
things
dog?
out
Okay,
there.
so it's not an Ad Mechanicus dog. It's like a robot dog, right? Is it like the Fallout dogs? Like those dogs? And also, on that note, Mastiffs, if you know a Mastiff, robot Mastiffs, cyborg Mastiff dogs, that's probably a reference to Roman culture, the original dogs of war, the Mastiffs. The Mastiffs were a breed of Roman war dog, which was bred for specifically to attack enemies, and is an extremely overpowered unit in Rome.
Actually, they have models
Rome,
for the
Rome 2,
Cerberus
I think.
Sulfur Hounds and Raiders.
Yes, they're like they're not
Okay, yeah, those are really
AI
cool.
because
I
they
vaguely
are
remember
not
getting a
complex
model of
enough.
them now, once you said the name, it triggered like the memory of them. Oh yeah, those are so boss.
Yeah, I must admit, I find the Cerberus Sulfur Hounds to be particularly cool.
Yeah, they look
because
pretty
it's
awesome.
just like
They look like freaking horses, but they're
radiated
dogs.
Dog flamethrower, which is, I mean, as far as Warhammer goes, that's a pretty Warhammer thing to say.
That
course.
is one of the most Warhammer things you could say.
An Arbitus with
pretty
a
up there.
warhammer?
So it's some goofy stuff. But anywho, all that aside, so obviously, I you know, unfortunately for us, Possum like has some kind of like a ridiculous level of random bullshit facts intelligence.
He sure does.
And so I get to have the history of dogs in here.
The history of 40K dogs.
I like it.
No.
Did not think this was going to be a topic.
No. We got the history of dogs.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought it was 40K dogs. No, just dogs.
No,
in
just
general.
dogs. We're just talking
Just
about
dogs in general, you know? Like, you gotta start off
Domestication
somewhere.
From wild animals. Okay, cool. Let's
Wolf.
roll, baby.
Talking about actual dogs.
Who wouldn't love a story
but
of
anyway,
actual dog?
so-
What is not good? Let me get my dog in here. Let me get my dog in here. Hold on. Where's my dog? Where's my dog?
That,
Where's my dog?
kind of discuss a
Dog.
genetic
Dog.
study from '09 that suggests that the ancestry maybe have been a part for dogs back in the, I can never pronounce this properly, Yangtze River over
Yep.
in China. So the Yangtze River has a cliffside that looks like a sleeping dog. So take that, atheists. That's but it is common to assume that the ancestors of most domesticated dogs come from that area, specifically
You got that dog in there.
Southeast
Yes, you
Asia.
do. Yes, you do.
And the earliest piece of archaeological data, the first
Hello.
undisputed
Okay, anyway.
dog is the
My dog is,
Von
she's...
Oberkassel dog
she's not in
that
the
was found
mood.
in Germany in 1914 and originated 14,200
Wow,
years
14,000 years ago.
prior. There are other less conclusive bones from Belgium. But yes, it would appear that the Yangtze River or the Yangtze River
Yangtze.
in 40K is part of the Tibetan Plateau, which has the imperial palace. So rule of cool dictates that's where the dogs are from, because suck it, biologists.
We're just gonna skip
cares?
forward.
Kriegsman, sure, yeah. Oh, that's right. The Krieg are just that grown from.
Yeah, it's in the book. But that's obviously a big part of the whole thing. Get your dogs set up. I gotta read this book. There's a huge dive into the ownership of dogs and animal companions in the Flesh and Steel book, which I really need to read because I still haven't gotten around to it.
Flesh and Steel.
but,
Interesting.
And I know
that is a
Shai
book
loves
I will
it. It's
have to
also the
read,
book where
and
they
I
have
never
a
will because I do not read books.
horrible, like, the Holocaust marching line for servitors, for criminals that get turned into servitors.
Oh, that's where that's from. That is
Oh, that's pretty cool.
grossest 40K thing is
You gotta love lobotomizing criminals. That's what happens when
one's
you're a
pretty
criminal.
awful.
Except,
it's also
it would be a
very
lot
Genshu
cooler if there was like a
kind of,
justice system
bloodline,
in
so got that
Warhammer
Blade Runner
40K
vibe
instead
to
of
it
just
all.
like
Though,
if it had like
so
a very
regardless from that,
justified.
Interestingly enough, the ability to
But
properly
this sucks. Anyway.
feed and maintain a pet in the Imperium is in its own right well above the means of the poor. So ownership of a pet is considered a luxury. Now,
Yeah, I think that's a
obviously,
mastiff.
the
That's like
decision
that's
of
not
an animal
exactly a
depending on their
mastiff because I
background,
think like the
cyborg
original
bite may
mastiff
change
breed
it and be
had
more
gone
feasible.
out years ago,
Smaller
millennia
dogs
ago.
need more food. If your dog is half tubing,
Battle
doesn't
mutts.
matter, but like obviously the general idea is that
Also,
you're
this
a
battle
poor
mutts
hive
very
dweller,
reminiscent of
you're
the,
not gonna get crap, and so therefore you need
War
to
Dog. I think like one of World War II's most decorated
more money
dogs.
and more food to feed your dogs.
I
was
forget what the
gonna
dog
say
is. I forget what his name
poor
is.
peasantry can't even feed themselves or take care of themselves, let alone a dog, a pet, a cyber mastiff, a whatever. So yeah, that tracks.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that part in Mass Effect 2. People can only afford fish because there's no space for anything else. Kind of forgot about
Oh.
that.
Yeah, Shepherd's fish tank. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, there are other types of like undercared for dogs, specifically on Necromunda. There's like a bunch of feral dogs called scavvy dogs. They're befriended by scavies, just like scavengers. But like they're how do you say this? It's the kind of dog that like, oh, I'm getting a little bit hungry. They start looking at their owner with quite the vibe.
So it's like
Quite the
any
vibe of,
Quite the vibe.
literally any feral animal
for sure.
And you
is
can
like,
be
oh,
food
I'm kind of hungry.
if I'm not getting fed. You know, a little bit of that. I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I know some dude in Game of Thrones got eaten by dogs, so because dog was hungry.
Oh yeah, probably. But yeah,
That's stupid. We're just gonna skip that.
Or hounds. Then once Angron arrived, he was like, hounds are dogs and dogs obey, and we are not to be like leashed.
as soon as you said that quote, it all came.
I
flooding
thought so.
back.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna get to the
There's
warhounds.
like a big old quote that's like, that's why we're the world leaders now and the warhounds no longer, or some kind of thing like
Yep.
that.
Sorry, my skin's gotten a lot drier
there's
over
also,
the days.
This is not a joke written in this script, but it makes me laugh. A notable Space Marine chapter that's all about dogs is in the second founding of Ultramarines. Such a chapter is known as the Iron Snakes.
Yes, of course. When I think of dogs, I too my brain immediately goes to the Ultramarines Iron Snakes.
It's so
of course.
It's so funny.
You have theater mode. Just play in theater mode. I think it's better if I have a theater mode. That's
all
better.
About dogs.
I think it's better. Yeah, there we go.
Clearly dogs, yeah.
They do look pretty sick, but their whole deal is that they're all about ambush warfare, and they're constantly in a state of ambush warfare with like the Dark Eldar. So they utilize dogs to do a lot of the tracking. It's actually kind of humorous because they talk with like the dog. They talk with the dogs. They have like various kinds of whistles and things. There's a little excerpt where they would drop on their bellies with their chin down, and then they would like they're extremely well trained, big old attack dogs, right?
Cool.
Of course, when it comes to the loyal breeds of dogs in the Imperium, that would be, of course, the Mastiff.
Oh, hello, Kaifi. Hello, welcome. We're just I'm reviewing dogs. I just want to react to dog. I wanted to react to this dog video and have my dog
I've seen
here.
Like pictures of one.
Also, my dad might show up eventually. Eventually, within the next hour.
I cannot actually.
My mom left like an hour ago. I don't know, less than an hour ago.
Big these dogs are.
30 minutes.
Like. Oh, they're not like some kind of giant wolf or nothing.
It looks like a Mastiff kind of breed.
Huge. Yeah, that one's pretty big.
Wow.
I think this might be bigger than a Mastiff actually, than a wolf. Like, because like the head might be bigger. That is definitely bigger than a wolf. Wolves are very big, but like I think this is a Chow Chow.
I mean, they are
Chow Chow with a full mane.
Dog. It's actually terrifying seeing one in person. That would be a Tibetan Mastiff, I believe, right there, the big fuzzy one.
No,
yeah, that might actually be a lion.
Yeah,
it's
Tibetan
a small
Mastiff. I don't think that's
a
Tibetan.
small bear.
Crazy.
I don't think that's a Tibetan Mastiff.
In our world, Mastiffs have a very long history of being guard dogs, and were some of the earliest.
It is a Tibetan. I think that last one was a Mastiff.
They're obviously
was a different type of Mastiff.
In 40K.
It looks a lot smaller than I remember. It's freaking the freaking ball.
Kind of look a little bit more like Rottweilers than actual Mastiffs.
Yeah, they look like Rottweilers.
Sure
Definitely Rottweilerish.
Specifically, but the quote unquote Mastiff in 40K is actually much more like a Rottweiler.
I can put you to sleep.
Yeah, those ones specifically give way more Rottweiler vibes. Those don't look like Mastiffs like at all.
I'm pretty sure it's just like their colloquialism, and it's just them being really big dogs. Obviously, a Sire Mastiff, or also known as Razor Fangs or Kill Dogs, are obviously
those are way better names,
or defend depending on the commands of their owner. And
they look like the cyber dogs from
like a genuine
Archer
full mechanical hound, like Metal Gear Rising, to make it look like a dog, or it could be a biological dog but with some buffed up cybernetics.
Look at that! Now that's a freaking Mastiff right there.
God, imagining those Mastiffs, but like completely cyber kitted out with like razor fangs and razor claws and everything is horrifying.
I'm sad that I don't know the lyrics to the one from Metal Gear Rising, but it's pretty good. Yeah, that would be a full cybernetic Mastiff right there in that photo.
I'm pretty sure people do not use this.
That's a razor.
Use these in game. Like these are completely useless units, but
don't want
besides
that
the point.
coming up and biting you in the arm.
Awesome.
It'll take the damn arm from you.
So there are two kinds of common cyber mastiffs: the RVR class and the hard case. The hard case mastiff is the one that looks almost entirely mechanical, and looks like a dog and more like a war machine variant of the Boston Dynamics dog. You know, the one that you occasionally see.
The one that keeps getting
knocked over,
and bullied to see if it'll react. And I just
that one. Poor Boston Dynamics dog.
It's gonna kill us all.
Oh yeah, that's the start of the robot revolution.
100%. Shut up.
Yeah,
we made it stronger. Everybody says like, "Oh, you're abusing the robot." No, that's not abuse. Abuse is when you freaking put your computer through Cyberpunk 2077 and you don't have a 4090 graphics card. That is computer abuse. This is just freaking testing.
That's the type. That's the type of Mastiff that is the most common, and it's the one that is used by the Arbites. Sorry,
Yeah,
the cyber mastiff.
that's the
most
one.
common. That's the
Arbitus. Ah, yes, the
That's
Arbitus.
the RVR. The one that you're thinking of all the time when you hear cyber mastiff. That's the RVR. Now, they have obviously the more biological look. They clearly have lots of metal augmentations still, but they're basically just a war dog servitor. That's the best way
You know, the sad thing is, I can see this being the future of dogs.
Now I'm thinking about dogs getting servitorized, and it makes me very sad.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
I mean,
no.
I don't really have any
good
good
boy,
news
my
for you
good,
on that
my
side of
good
things.
dog boy.
Yes, it's the grim
Where's my
dark of
girl?
40k.
Where's my
I
girl?
guess
Oh,
it's just, yep.
Babushki, babushki.
Obviously,
Babushki,
they rely on
babushki,
really
babushki,
simple
babushki.
instructions. You know, they're clearly based on combat, so Cyber Mastiff's brain is, you know, a bit of cogitator and stuff. I'm assuming that photo I'm seeing right here is from that Necromunda Underhive game.
Oh, that's
'cause I
horrifying.
believe you got a dog in that one as well.
That poor dog. How does it eat?
Though, I mean, regardless.
Actually, I think this is just like a
the
detachable
Cyber
face
Mastiff
mask. You can
is
probably like remove
a
this and it can like
genuinely
act
terrifying
normally.
sight. For some, it is the sight of an unrelenting attack from a hive gang, but to others, seeing that might be like, oh, the Emperor's
Pigeons,
Log.
I'd say like
That's very bad.
126, I guess.
Although I guess if you're just a civvy, it's like, oh, hooray, the cyber mastiff is here. They're gonna deal with the problem. So like, you know, seeing it is could be a good thing because it's like finally someone's gonna deal with those yavies that are ruining the Underhive city or something.
I mean, that's a very sweet and I would argue somewhat naive way to look at it. You know, me sitting there in the Underhive being like, finally, someone's going to deal with these bad people, and then like an Inquisitor walks by. Like I don't care that they're on my side. I'm shitting my pants, like on sight.
It's fair, actually. I guess you're right. You're right.
That's
right.
stupid.
That's
Why
fair.
the heck do these things exist if literally everything is like if we respond to something, everything's going out. Like at that point, just don't live there. Don't live there. That's a stupid way of world building. If something exists and then like the response is always a nuclear bomb, no one's gonna ever be in the vicinity of anything. No one's ever gonna live life. Which is why this is stupid.
A cyber mastiff can tear an Ogren's arm off, which I think might be hyperbole, but if it's not, holy shit.
Wow. Even
I think that's like an overpowered. I think like what they should do is my computer getting hot.
They're all amped up, but god damn.
Let me turn on the fan.
Off an Ogren's arm?
I mean, it's big and scary and holy crap, but like it is.
Wow.
It is. I don't know.
I think like realistically, I think it should break an Ogren's arm, not like rip it off. You can rip off almost any other species, like any of the smaller species, but not an Ogren.
When they're in them and they have to be hunched in there and they can barely fit. And
yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it certainly could, but like, you know, Ogrens.
Ogrens are like massive. I doubt like you could do that. I doubt. Where's the evidence? Give me the evidence. I want to see it happen, and I want to see that Ogren not fight back because that Ogren is freaking slamming that dog on its back. I'm gonna tell you right now, that thing's not cutting through the bone yet until like it slams through it.
As well. You can actually
run.
Oh yeah,
it's minis, right?
Yeah, you can run Imperial Agents, which is like various things, rogue traders, naval breachers, etc. But particularly one of them is the Subductor and Exaction squads, which are squads of RBs. And I believe one of them that we discussed earlier was the Canid. And the Canid is the most prominent dog that you will find in the 41st millennium. They say these dogs are the result of uncovering the lost DNA of the quote-unquote ancient war beast on Terra.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, ancient war beast, I guess.
Yeah, okay, cool. Like, sounds.
This is such a destructive war beast.
Obviously, these are a lot more like German Shepherds.
Look at the destruction of this absolute dog.
Belgian Malinois.
Yeah, those are words, all right.
I don't know. I mean, it looks a lot like a German Shepherd, but it's slightly different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, German Shepherd, the classic German Shepherd is the one you'd think of.
Nah, perfect.
I think
I love me a good German Shepherd. My favorite dog.
German Shepherds are, I mean, they're clearly very, very strong and powerful dogs.
Yes, very good.
But I think
Aura. Also, this is a terrible German Shepherd. I just think this one looks awful
than a
visually.
Rottweiler.
Like I don't like the
Agreed.
look of this one.
think,
This one's
I
They
just
kind of
kind
have
of
like
like
a
boring.
similar vibe, but it's much more like, oh, what a friendly dog. Can I pet the dog? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just the I think it's just like the visual, and they want something like if they're gonna do the police one, they're gonna choose like the scarier dog, in terms of like the visuals. Now, obviously, German Shepherds were bred with making.
Oh no,
very good
that poor
herding
German
and working
Shepherd is
dog,
suffering from
and
like a
often
hunchback.
used for search and rescue, lots of police work,
gosh.
sometimes or decently in the military.
The little hunchback
As
issue.
an aside, obviously,
Normally
was
it's a
the
lot
basis
straighter.
for dog meat in the Fallout games.
Oh
of course.
yeah.
Of course.
There was a
This one
similar
kinda doesn't
intention
look
with the
that.
Belgian.
This one also suffers from
Malinois,
that.
whatever it
I
is.
don't like this design of
And
dog.
it's
I
descended
like
from
the
same
furrier
dog that
one.
became a German Shepherd, but it is a bit more resilient and a bit more sleek with its senses, and a very long history of usage in military, as it was utilized in both world wars by the armed forces around the world, particularly in the special forces. And as an aside, the Belgian
Did we
played
ever
CX-404 in the Fallout TV show, which I have not seen yet, but
Yeah,
I've
we
been told
used
is very
Freaking,
good.
what do we use the
Yeah, I've been
the
told
dogs
same
for
thing.
in
It was very good.
special operations? What the
another
heck were we using them
well-done
for?
part by
I know we're using
Goggins?
we're
Oh, yeah,
using
it's
them
Walter
for
Goggins.
stuff, but we're not using them in military stuff because you know what happens? It's just a bang. It's like that dog's that dog ain't
Obviously,
surviving the
40K,
bullet.
Their version is a bunch of amalgamations of various breeds, and canids
Yeah,
can
those poor-
be whatever they need to be depending on if they're bat.
I
grown
do
or
love
whatever
German
reason.
Shepherd. German Shepherds are
Obviously,
among my top
quote-unquote,
favorite
carried
breeds,
war
right
beasts,
next to
make them used
to,
by the guard a lot because they are good at war and also very, very good for morale. Obviously,
Wow, that's a picture.
I also
shot.
like
Jesus.
beagles. Beagles are very cute. I like beagles.
he's got
Beagles are
arm.
probably like my second
show
favorite. If I wanted to own a dog,
him a
I'd probably go with the
hand,
probably like
right?
German Shepherd would be at the top.
Obviously,
and then maybe
in
like a
the
beagle.
Guard, they are told to treat them differently than a human trooper and an abhuman because their standards are different, and more importantly, they outrank you as well. These little dogs.
Oh no. Being
Oh, that's
outranked
so
by the
cool.
dog.
How
What a
many
great
units do
feeling.
you use
Yeah, it's pretty
in
funny.
them? How many
Their
people
rank
run
rank
dogs
rank
in their
guards are
armies?
superior to
No
one another,
one.
and to
No
also
one runs
emphasize
dogs
the
in their
instincts of
armies.
the
I'm gonna
war
tell you
beast
right
are
now.
stronger than
Nobody
some
runs the dogs in
soldiers.
their armies.
If you
They're higher
refuse
ranked,
to
sure.
follow a candidate
But they're not
into
as useful.
combat is a capital offense, and striking one is punishable by death.
Yes, those are fine. Those are good rules.
That's fair.
I like
you
that.
strike a dog, you probably should be just put down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah.
It's just kind of
Good.
humorous because, like, yeah, I mean, the dog is more loyal than a guardsman. Often.
Correct.
So therefore,
Those are
the
true.
guardsman will outrank you, or the dog will outrank you.
Very true. These are very true. I'm not gonna use them. No one's gonna use
It's so
these.
funny as a
But they are a
concept.
lot
Like,
better
you know
than
what?
humans.
It
They're like pets.
totally makes
They're
sense
specifically more
from
pets than
what
anything.
they're thinking about, like the concept they're thinking about. Like, oh yeah, the dogs are more loyal than you, guardsmen. Therefore, they outrank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
yes.
dogs are trained to be loyal. Guard are trained to be loyal, but it doesn't always work out that way.
There's also
Well, the thing
a
is,
humorous
it's
thing
so.
where
Why
there
isn't
is a
the
caveat
Ogren higher ranked?
It's striking
Huh?
a Kanan, basically, which is like, if issued clear verbal orders by your Kanan, self-report.
I don't think that's what it was. I'm speaking of a. I'm speaking of a German Shepherd hip dysplasia,
fair.
which is slightly different. It's like a.
That
It
is a
happens in
great
like
reason
a
to get a
overbreeding
psyche
of like a
eval.
specific
Yeah,
species.
But the dog told me to do it. The dog told me to do it.
I like how
Yeah.
it specifically states psych eval after you complete the orders. Yeah, follow what the dog tells you to do, and then check your heads. Unlike the members of the Garb, Canids do not respond well to threats, violence, or accusations of heresy. After extensive studies and experiments, aka 5 centuries worth, combined with the genetic recreation of these dogs, it was found that they best respond with firm encouragement while dealing with them. The most effective phrases employed by guardsmen to
Good
encourage
boy.
Canids include prostrate yourself before the Emperor, and I shall rub your abdomen in reward for humility.
Oh, that's good. That's
Or,
good.
Adequate performance, soldier. Or, who is an effective combat beast? Is it you? The
Yes,
question
you
is
are.
rhetorical.
Oh,
It
yes,
is
you are. You're the most effective combat
That's
beast. I'm gonna
so
do that for my
great,
dog.
actually.
Get my dog in here.
I love that.
Yeah, those are good.
I love that sometimes 40K will just do goofy shit like that.
It should.
I love it when
everything is
it's not serious and
stupid.
they're just
Do
like,
not be
"Who's a
serious. They
good
should
boy?
not be being
Retort the
serious. They should
question.
be
It is
stupider more
you."
often.
It's great.
It's
Who is the
very
goodest of
Futurama.
boys? It is you, my little dog. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you
Other
are.
extensive testing have shown that canids thrive when it comes to
Oh,
constant exertion, similarly to
Oh,
guards,
you're a good girl.
both
Oh, you're a
in
good girl.
and
Yes, you
out
are.
of combat.
Oh, yes, you
they
are. Look at
they
me.
rarely
Look
tire
at you.
retrieving
Oh,
through
yeah.
an
Oh, look,
object
it's a
and love to
corgi.
walk.
I
It is
love
the
corgis.
duty
I
of the
also love
guardsman to
corgis.
assist the
Corgis,
candidate
top
in
tier
both of these
dogs.
respects.
Corgis are like the Kirby's of
Obviously,
dogs.
outside the
They just
guard,
like
rogue
swallow
traders
any
can
other
use them,
species
often,
of a breed of
most
dog, and they
other
turn into that
non-genus
dog.
dogs to their genetic temperament. The
Hold
best
on.
example of this is the rogue trader Elucia Vane, who leads the Elucidian Star Striders, and her canid named Eximilian was selected due to its combination of loyalty and aggression, and trained by the Voidsman in Arms. There's the dog right there.
Oh, that is a fancy dog.
Oh, it's a
Hold
rogue
on, wait,
trader
let me
dog,
look
so
at
it's
it.
gotta be fancy.
Yeah. Not very mechanical or anything either. It's kind of just a dog.
Here, look-
It's
look-
a
look at
dog
this.
with some armor.
Yeah, that's a dog.
That is your
Before
dog,
there
right
are
there,
some
right
of
there.
the
Where I
weirder
like that
dogs, though, there are a couple
Here,
other
this one, this
types
one.
of dogs. There is the higher and taller end called the Stalker Hound.
Stalker.
It is a hunting dog used by Imperial Knight nobles, particularly on Dominion.
Everything
if you
must be
remember
stupid.
From,
Hey.
good old Assassinorum Kingmaker.
Mm-hmm.
They are known for their extremely acute sense of smell and for being exceptionally tall. Their
Tall?
sense of smell is so good that they are a high concern for assassins, as they are able to differentiate them from the person they are disguised as.
Yes, that is a very logical
In
thing.
Assassinorum, those dogs weren't that big of a thing.
It was definitely a thing mentioned, I think, by the Calidus assassin. I forget her
Hey,
name.
look at this, look at this. Mixing a corgi with any
On
other
the
dog
other
breed
smaller
results
end
in
of
what
the
is
scale,
basically
there
a
is
corgi
battle
in
mutt,
disguise as the
which
other
works
breed.
side by side
no,
with the
no.
ratlings. They're basically
Hi.
pack mules.
Oh, that's
and
a
they
good
look
boy.
like a yoke
Oh, yeah.
bulldog.
Ah, yeah, look at
and
that
the
one.
image
That
of
one's
it is the
perfect.
greatest thing ever.
That one just looks kind of
wow.
kind of derpy. This one, that one looks like my dog a little bit.
That's one pissed off dog.
See,
Anyway,
we need to find
and this
the
one.
other
I think
battle
these two
mutt,
are
though.
winners.
Oh, wait.
These are
Or is
winner
that battle
dog
mutt?
breeds. Right here.
Wow.
And also maybe this one. This one I feel like
It
has a
is
good
yoked
good
to
chance.
the
I like
kill,
this
so
one.
you're
This
right.
one though, look
This
at that.
fucking muscle
Look at that.
ass
That's a
dog.
winner
I mean, I
right
guess
there.
if you're a pack
That is
mule,
a
you
that is a
gotta be,
winner
like, it just
dog
comes with the
species right
territory.
there. I
You're
love that
eventually
little
gonna
guy.
get that way, but God damn.
Yeah, that is the mud that comes in the Ratling box. There's a new kill team of Ratlings, and it's in that box.
Ratlings? What are ratlings?
It's actually quite funny because it has like a rule and it gives you like lethal hits or something. I have no idea why. If it's just like
Okay,
barking
so
at
it
something
turns
and,
out-
woof woof, kill it or something. But it's very goofy to me.
Yesterday was
That is a
Monday.
solid-looking
Yesterday,
dog.
yeah,
I
yesterday
do
was Monday.
love that.
Yesterday we
It is a
streamed.
goofy dog.
Yesterday,
It's
my
a
nose
funny
was in
time.
terrible condition. Today, I think my nose is in a lot better condition. I think I had a bit of a
Hold on, I'm looking at
sniffles.
the Rattling data sheet. To see
So
if
I think
can
like
figure
that's
this
not gonna
out.
happen anymore.
We need the rules for the battle mutt. Please hold.
I need to know Rattlings, war gear abilities, Rattling battle mutt, once per.
Let's
I
skip
mean it's like a gray wolf from Terra, of course. But
a
they're
gray
just,
wolf or a dire wolf or whatever. I don't know.
It does. But yeah, I remember how big these Fenrisian wolves get. And isn't it like, do you have to like hunt one or survive Fenris to become a space wolf? Isn't that part of like the ritual to become one?
I feel
Is it like the
you're
Spartans
right.
from-
It's like something along like taming the wolf or something along those lines. I don't fully.
I'm just gonna skip over
Main-
that.
Which is not actually true, but it's like, hey, only the most mighty of thunder wolves can ever, or wolf lords can truly tame a black mane. Like it's like that hard.
Status symbol, yeah.
There are also thunder wolves, which are much more shaggy and look less like a wolf and more like a rhinoceroid.
Rhinoceroid?
They have similar teeth to.
Trying to imagine giant wolf rhinoceros shark.
That doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Obviously, then from Fenrisian wolves, you also have the Admech wolves.
When you say
or, sorry,
Fenrisian,
Admech
I think
dogs.
they're just going. There are no wolves on Fenris.
Of course, Admech have cyber canids that are used as their mounted cavalry. They also have,
Version.
the usual kind of dog that you would expect an Admech to have, which looks like that horrifying thing.
Oh no. Does that really? I mean, I guess that's a dog.
I guess. I
They're
don't know. It
very
doesn't really
odd.
give off very doggy
Despite
vibes.
looking like the various fauna in Horizon Zero Dawn, is what is stated. These creatures are
it
still
does not.
dogs and are
It does not look like that. Have you ever seen a Horizon Zero Horizon?
Skitarii tend to spend years
Horizon
bonding with to assure that there is a symbiotic
Zero
bond, because that is the
Dawn.
holiest gift an Omnissiah can provide to a Skitarii.
Dawn fauna.
Yeah, God, those minis.
The
are
design
so cool.
theory is
I said, "Don't
completely
worry,
different."
Deathdiekid, there's meat under all that metal.
Technically, there is meat underneath there.
Look. Okay, so this is completely
Yay.
different
Well,
species.
the minis do slap, so that's what counts.
This
The
does
minis
not
do
look at
slap.
all like
Is
that.
very true. I also like.
This
the
is
one
like a
with the
completely
pistols,
different
'cause they
design
look so
theory.
cool.
I have zero idea what you're
Sure
yapping
does.
about,
He
bud.
looks like a. He looks like a. Knight.
You
He looks
wish
like
you had a
pistol
design
wielding
theory like that. That's a simple
cyber
design.
dog
There's nothing
riding-
wrong with it. It's just not the freaking Zero Dawn
Sure.
design.
Oh, because the helmet.
For Horizon Zero Dawn,
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
very
yeah.
different design.
Vibes, yeah.
That's true. Obviously, these are just purely full of all kinds of cybernetics. They also have shock dogs, which is rather interesting. So, it's
all I see.
kind of humorous here. It's with a name like that, you would think they'd be electric dogs.
I think it's like shock troopers.
Quote, keep back from the wire, Ayrton said. We keep shock dogs in the inner room. It wasn't a dog. It wasn't even an animal. Though it was making the animal growl, the three of them had heard outside, it was a form of attack servitor, a grim fusion of cybernetic quadruped and human flesh. It barked and snarled at them, dragging its steel foreclaws across the mesh. Its steel jaws so they could bite a man's arm off. Its
Who
scalp and
let
nape were covered
Full
with a
Metal
thick
Alchemist
mane of
cook?
cyber cables
Who
that
let
draped
the Full
across
Metal
its
Alchemist
deep-set
cook?
eyes like dreadlocks. Other shock dogs appeared out of the darkness behind it, drawn by the lights and the smell of unmodified humans. They padded forward, growling, hackles raised.
I would never combine
Some
you with a
sported
human.
spikes
You
or
do not deserve this,
body
doggo.
blade veins or saw-edged jaw augmentics. They were feral kill servitors, permanently goaded to madness and hyperaggression by neuropsychotic implants, with most of their humanity long since surgically excised and replaced by a biomimetic augmentation.
Why do you even need the
So-
humans?
Oh,
Why do you even need
Your
humans?
dogs
Like at that
home
point,
that you're looking for are just people that are made to act like dogs.
Yeah, oh boy, I was about to say that sounds like some Full Metal Alchemist shit right there, where you're just
you just
mixing
made
dog,
a worse
human,
weapon.
and
You
metal
have a
and
servitor.
shocking
Give it a
stuff, and
gun. It already has a gun. Why
I
are
don't
you
like
making it
shock
act
dogs.
like
I
something
don't like
else?
that at
Are
all.
these people stupid? Do they not know how to freaking utilize the
mean,
resources
it's
they
kinda
have?
funny, though.
If you have a dog, you make a dog. If you have a human, you make a human. You don't go
Because
like,
it's
I'm
so
gonna
split
cross the
up.
wire. And then I'm not
It's
gonna have
so
enough
bad,
wire to
for
reach
sure.
the point
I
I want to
can see
reach.
that.
So I'm gonna have to add more stuff on there.
becomes
Are you
hilarious. All right,
stupid?
all right.
Do you not know the
Sometimes,
basics
you
of
know,
resource
sometimes
management?
it's
Are these
kinda
people
funny.
running out of freaking
Sometimes you have to
ideas and they're
laugh.
like, yeah, this is the most extreme punishment we could give to
Sure.
these people? Anyway, it is so stupid.
Insert
I
the
hate.
title laugh from Final
All I
Fantasy
know is
X.
hate. Anyway, like,
Ha, ha, ha.
boo ha ha ha.
For he making a Final Fantasy reference was not
Anyway, you
on my
know
ad
the
thing.
ha ha.
I played 10. It was like decade ago.
We're just gonna skip that one.
Dogs.
I don't need that background.
Yeah, what would you call those though?
I slugs maybe. I don't know.
I don't think that's a slug. That's like a
but
rhinoceros. This is
obviously,
more like a
flesh
rhinoceros
hounds
than the
are
other
timid
thing was.
Hounds of corn. They are very, very big, can outrun a lot of things moving at full speed, and they're utilized by the forces of chaos to track and eliminate specific difficult to find targets like a commander.
God, those are horrifying.
Oh, that
I
is disgusting.
hate the big flesh wings that pop out of their mouth. That's I don't
Completely
like
unnecessary.
I kind of like it because they're called corn dogs. Ooh.
That. Okay.
Woohoo!
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
Sai,
that's pretty
I'm
funny.
gonna have to
Yeah,
disagree
you got
with
me.
I like
Yeah,
the
you
name.
turned me around on that. Corn dogs,
look
those
more
are
like
those are good names.
They look more like
I like
dogs.
that.
The old
Oh,
minis
he's
look
a
kinda
good
like
corn dog.
reptiles,
Would I
which
call
if
my
that's
dog
what you
corn
like about
dog?
them, then fair, but I like the new ones.
I wouldn't name my dog corn dog. I'd be
do kinda
thinking
like
of
the old
corn.
ones. You're right. They do look a little reptilian, but they still look dog-like enough, and they just look creepier and more like ferocious and.
They just like
Yeah, I like
alien
those old
dogs,
ones better.
like demon
The
dogs.
old
These
ones
are like
have their
kind of
own
demon doggish.
stay, but luckily
I don't like
for
him.
us, we also have Karanak, which is very important because Karanak is basically just like a Cerberus dog. It's just a three-headed flesh hound, basically.
Yes. Nobody cares about these demon dogs. Demon dogs are bad dogs. Bad dogs do not deserve to be on this list. Only good boys. Only the goodest of boys, and we only care about good unless they talk about like how they pet the corn dogs.
They added it back, I guess, after enough complaints, and so the group chat that we have is Karanak, we're so fucking back.
Karnak, we're back. It's a really cool looking mini too. Like that is one crazy looking Cerberus. Is it good?
Yeah, I don't care about the corn dogs. Don't bring up the corn dogs. Corn dogs are evil dogs.
Enough that
only real human dogs.
Yes.
So is that just a Kroot that's just eaten like a lot of dog-esque stuff?
I don't think so. I believe they are Kroot hounds specifically, but they do eat stuff that can make them a little bit different, like normal, because that's what Kroot hounds do.
Right. Okay.
Is everything on Kroot
weird, but they're
biology just like one separate species, but they evolved into different things technically?
Things, and they can emit like alerts at fancy things, fancy frequencies. Wait, no way, no way. Is DK actually correct?
I'm right. Let's go.
Wait, hold on. My question is more like, are Kroot hounds in general all Kroot that have debilitated themselves because they eat dogs, or is it like a bunch of Kroot that did that? And now, you know. Well, Kroot hounds are an evolutionary dead end of the Kroot species. It is likely that the Kroot hounds came into existence when the Kroot kindred consumed. Oh, so okay, their existence began that way. Okay,
yes.
That I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I was right. I was right. You guys weren't talking to me, but they were. I was the one who was right. So I am right. Yes. So they originated as Kroot, but they just became into like sadly
the spines that come out of their back.
Which makes me sad.
I love that look so much.
Yeah, the little quills.
How am I supposed to write this thing?
The squig.
Squig. Okay, the squig. Squig are good dogs. Squids are good dogs.
Squigs. There is the growler squig, which is a small dog, very vicious, like little ankle biters with a full mouth of teeth. And so they're in a sense a lap dog, but you know,
violent,
horrifying.
I guess. Like a Chihuahua's horrifying.
They're an orc lapdog.
A Shih Tzu?
They are a status symbol for their owner. I would 100% would not be surprised if there was an orc book that had a war boss with a lap squig that was similar to the James Bond like evil villain. That would
also,
nice of you to join us, Mr.
Bond. Old art that I guess there's never been probably a reason to do updated art of a growler squig, and so we just have this beautiful little.
I love it. Yeah, it's perfect.
I said it was beautiful.
I think
point of the squig, right?
It is.
You don't want to make a pretty squig, yeah.
There are pretty squigs, and it's called a bomb squig. That's the prettiest squig.
I like this squig. I like this one too.
I love the hair squigs. I think the hair squigs are very pretty.
They're all pretty. I like all squigs. Squigs are very cute.
And then, of course, you have the herd squig, also known as a squig hound, which is for...
Oh, gosh. Okay, never mind. I don't like that thing.
In which a runt herd is obviously tending to the rights of Gretchen's slaves, and therefore herd squigs are herding grots to do what they need to do.
That makes it... Whoa, those are horrible looking.
Yeah, I mean, squigs are always, like, awful and ugly looking.
Work looks like a
these are fine. I like
mutated giant rat.
I mean,
that's crazy looking.
That is a pretty good.
I like the one with the giant one little stubby horn.
Yeah, that's.
This is not okay. I don't like that.
Dark alley. No, thank you.
That is just a rat. Yeah, that's just a giant mutated
dogs.
Rat.
You can find like a reptilian wolf called the Fedrigian Althak, which is just like a urinates powerful pheromones. Where the hell did you find this?
Who found that?
All right.
What is that? Yeah, what the heck?
Wait, you're not supposed to drink that?
Oh, well, hey, you're still here. Apparently you can drink it. It's all right, Rick.
Actual stun lock for a good second on that one. Hit him with the real stun lock on that.
Jesus. I was not expecting the what? I'm not supposed to drink deer piss?
It's just a Varen brookie. It kind of do actually be a bit of a Varen.
Yeah, a little bit.
It do actually be a little bit of a Varen. That is so.
Okay, we departed from the point of dog. Where, like, at this point, if it doesn't act like a dog, then it's not a dog, is it now? Like, we need to have things that act like dog. Oh, look at this.
Obviously, Hound is the best Hound. You're right. You're right.
He is the most loyal. And besides that, that's most of the dogs. I mean, there are definitely other dogs in the world. There are probably dogs in various random books. You've even got other funny pets like... Oh, I'm forgetting his name right now. Here in Blackheart's funny little monkey, Psyker monkey thing.
That's right.
Psyker monkey?
The one that they really wanted to just strangle, and it's so annoying. And yeah,
there's lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff available in current terms of dogs. But besides that, I mean, the main dog people probably came here to hear about is the Cyber Mastiff, and also there's the Canids, and
the good dogs. That's the main kind of like the good dogs. People only care about the good dogs because good dogs are good and bad dogs are bad, and bad dogs should never be brought up because bad dogs are bad and bad dogs are not good for humans. The only existence and the purpose of dogs is for them to be good and for us to love them. There was a part of me
that was expecting Tyranids and there to be some sort of weird Tyranid bug dog hybrid that was just like really like fast.
All guardsmen
I guess
party.
Tyranids don't really need that. They're already fast chittering little.
I mean, if there was like a Tyranid dog, it would either be a Ripper Swarm or like a Hormigaunt. But those are definitely not. Yeah. They aren't really dogs.
Not really dogs. Yeah.
Hold on, I never heard
I was expecting
that.
There to be some weird mutated bug dog.
I mean, in a sense, like, anything could be anything because it's Tyranids, you know.
True. Yeah, if they just eat enough biomass, they could
I
probably
never watched
genetically
this before.
make one if they needed it.
I mean, Termagants are about the size of large dogs, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I always forget how big Termagants
Oh,
are.
gosh. How many episodes is this?
Big boys.
Just play Space Marine 2, right?
Yeah, and then when
It's gonna,
the episode, you like Dags.
What? What?
What?
Dags.
What?
Oh, gosh. How long is this series? How long is this series? You be quiet. How long? Oh my gosh, that is a. Oh gosh, that's long. Redacted. Oh my gosh. What the? What is this, like 6 hours? You think I got time for that? All right, hold on.
Hey, you like Dags?
Do I like Dags?
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact quote. I'm sorry. I just remember the guy gets really confused after
he goes, oh, dogs. Yeah.
Dogs.
I like caravans more.
God, I need to watch that movie soon.
It's no, I won't lie.
What is this movie?
Like I feel this is the most like foreigner thing I could possibly say. When I was in the UK, because I reference Snatch all the time, just in general.
Oh, it is Snatched. Yeah. Okay, it's
occasionally-
funny you mentioned Snatched. I was trying to watch Snatched, like 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago. I was watching Snatched, and I was like, we're like 1 to 2 minutes in. And then I'm like, I'm so bored. We're done. And I just, like, stopped watching it. Like, I think it's supposed to be a comedy. But, like, it's like, I don't give a fudge, man. Like, bruh, I'm so uninterested. Just, like, they're Jewish, like, they're rabbis. And they're trying to get into someplace. And it's like, I don't care, man. Like, you made me not care immediately. Like, I don't care. Like, give me something to grab onto. Anyway, let's go back to, let's finish.
Throughout like 1 or 2 Snatch references out there in the UK, and I always got this look of like, how the hell does he know that movie?
Yes, no one anywhere else in the world could possibly know about Snatch.
I feel like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but
Dags.
I feel like I don't
like
know.
dogs?
Those of you English men and women in our
Is it the
comment
Jew?
section,
Is
please
it
tell
C
me,
Germans?
is like is watching Snatch like an English requirement? Is it like a British requirement? Because I mean, it's the same thing I remember like watching DDLJ for all of like my Indian friends. And like there's like the possibility that 9 out of 10 Indian people have all seen DDLJ. And I'm almost wondering how much of this is a similar thing, but for Snatch.
I've never watched it.
I don't know what DDLJ is. I said that and I was like, the what?
Extremely popular Indian film, very famous Bollywood film. Big start of Shah Rukh Khan's career, which is a huge actor. I can't pronounce it at all because it's very difficult, and I think it's in Hindi. So,
Fair.
All right. Well,
In summation, we like Degs.
we like Degs.
We like
I'll see
Degs.
everyone
Everybody
will see you
likes
next
Degs.
week
That's a
in,
good
2
Deg.
minutes.
It was 2 minutes, 5 minutes ago.
It was 2 minutes, 5 minutes ago, eh? Yep, that's a classic line. I know that one. Anyway, that's it for today. Get out, everybody, get out! Get out before my parents come back. They might come back any second now. Anyway, I'll see you guys again later. I don't know when's the next time I'll see you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the time you have with your family. I'm enjoying my time with my family. I don't know when the next time I'll stream. I might be going away on vacation in a little bit with all my family. Thank you, Noble. Bye. Okay, I'll be seeing you all later. My parents aren't back yet. I don't know why I have to go fast. I'm just yapping a little bit of yapping. Also, I think like I have to like give a key because my dad's car broke down. Unfortunately, they have a second car. My mom needs the other car for like her stuff to do, and so everything's working out. I'm stuck at home. Is that my parents? No, that's nothing. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, everyone. You have a nice day. I love you. Meow. I love you. Meow. Hope you have a wonderful day. Meow. I'm putting my stuff away. Oh gosh. I guess I could do a cooking stream in the future. I don't know, but I have to have my parents not be here. I don't want. Other funny story. Yes. Yesterday in the afternoon. Yes, another day of my mom accusing me of having autism because I watch anime. What the fudge? Mom, why do you, Mom? Okay, so there I was in the living room. I was with my mom and dad, and we were enjoying our time, and she's like, you're losing so much hair, son. Why is that? And it's like, the doctor said it was probably genetics or something. It's like nothing. But it's like, it's nothing I can do about it. Like, I'm losing a lot of hair. I don't know what's going on there. And she was like, did the doctor say you had anything else? And it's like, no. You might need to get it checked out. Any mental illnesses? And it's like, Mom, okay, no, I don't have any mental illness. So I'll, just go to, I have to go to a psychologist or psychiatrist for any of that. And it's like, and she was like, well, are you sure you don't have autism? Mom, why do you think I have autism? Well, it might be because of all those animes you like, is that a reason why you like all those animes? Because you have autism? You have the tism, son? And it's like, no, Mom, I'm pretty sure I don't have autism. And secondly, I might have ADHD if anything, but I'm not checking that out. I don't care. I'll just I'll thug it out. I can thug it out. And it's like, maybe it's that autism. You might have autism. Is she trying to say something? Chat, do you think my mom's trying to tell me something? Is my mom trying to say that she might have autism and she might have passed it down to me? Is that what she's trying to say? I don't know. I've got a pretty big head. I think I got a pretty big head. Literally, not metaphorically. I think I have a massive head. So I don't think I have any issues with my brains, my brains. That seemed awesome. I want to see that one. Simulating a mutated apocalypse. Hold on, I want to see that one again. Hold on. Hold on, I want to see that. How to make matcha? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh man. Yes, I caught it. Okay, I have enough memory. I have fortunately enough memory. Okay, I'm gonna watch this video. Hold on. We're just gonna skip through this. I just want to see what happens. Is this the
The mother already.
Let's read the comments. I want to see the comments here. Okay, let's see. Ah. Interesting. Nothing happened. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.